All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Henry Bermine, tutor at Unique A Plus Professional Institute. I'm here to share some few words with you concerning the responsibility of parents, the choices that we have to make for our kids, and to also showcase to you all the programs that UPI runs. Right. First of all, I would like to talk about the responsibilities of what a parent. In real life situation, we tend to grow up, get married, give birth, and one of the responsibilities of a parent is to give a very good guidance to your kids. It is very important. The nature of a parent, the attitude of a parent, how a parent acts tends to impact on his or her kids. You can't take that from real life situations. If it happens that you as a parent turns out to be a thief, it's highly probable that your kid can also be a thief. Though there exists that form of what probability, right? There exists that form of probability, but it's highly probable that the attitude of a parent can lead to that sort of transfer onto the kid. These are just issues which tends to what happen, right? Good. So I'm still talking about the responsibility of parents, and one thing that I want to share is that it is really important for parents to really decide on where they are to make their children or their kids to school, who to teach their kids. It's highly possible that probably you as a parent, you might be working. You do not have time for your kids. It tends to happen. There are even instances where some parents, as their kid turns out to be 6 months, just take that kid to school. And it is evident also that parents or kids spend a lot of time in school than in the house. Had it not been the existence of COVID, your kids will be in school. In terms of time, you're going to spend more time in school than in the house. That means that your teachers or the teachers that teaches your kids have massive impact on your kids than yourself. How many times will your kid be with you? You wake him or her up very early in the morning, he or she showers, you also be preparing for work, you pick him or her up to the school. This kid is going to be in the school probably from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. After work, you pass by the school, you pick him or her up, you bring him or her to the house. Mind you, before you get to the house, you are already exhausted. And the kid is not going to show a lot of his or her attitude. It's only on weekends that you are going to get a lot of time to spend with your kid. But even the weekend, you're going to take that child to the church. the child is not going to misbehave at the church. So you realize that if you don't take care for 5 or 7 years or 8 years, you will not know the real character of your kid. There have been instances where some parents attend PTA meeting of their kids in the senior high school. They get there, they make mention of their kid's name, and nobody can identify their kid. The child might probably be having a nickname such as, let's say, Mayoyo or Father Mafia. Such names, some kid tends to pick it up as their nickname. So whatever they exhibit towards you in the house is different from their real attitude. So if you really want to know how your kid behave, the first thing to do is to visit your child in school. Ask the teachers of your child, and they can give a true picture of the behavior of your child. Right. So we are saying that mostly parents get things wrong in terms of who teaches their children. Now, let us consider this movie. Well, an individual will just say that it's just a movie, but it is issue which is actually happening in real life situation. If it happens that the teacher who is teaching your kid turns out to hate mathematics, you know for sure that he is not going to make your kid develop interest for mathematics. And a lot of students do not like mathematics because of the interest that they have lost, probably because of how that teacher is teaching the mathematics. Probably the approach that teacher is using in class is very bad. Or probably that teacher is not making the student develop interest for mathematics, probably demotivating them. So if it happens that your child finds him or herself in the hands of a teacher like this, what do you think is going to happen? That is the main reason why I am really of interest, saying and saying again that parents are to look at who teaches their children. It is not supposed to be anybody just like that. You are to look for a teacher who is having passion for the work, not just the monetary sort of, but somebody who is having the love, the passion, somebody who considers the kids that he is teaching as his kids. And not every teacher is having this sort of perception. So the teacher who teaches your kid can really make your kid be whoever you want him or her to be. If the teacher has really advanced himself, a teacher who has taught, let's say, kids at the crèche level, at the lower primary level, KG level, upper primary level, JHS level, senior high level, let's say, university student, master student, that sort of. This individual tends to know the way a manner kids behave. A good teacher will not just be a talkative. A good teacher will not just be a person who walks students through textbooks. But as he tends to teach, he is going to really get into the minds of the student. Is the student getting what I'm teaching? And how are you also impacting the behavior of students? There can be an instance where a teacher can really transform a kid from, in fact, a very deplorable state in terms of behavior to a very good state. Look at what exhibited in this movie. This teacher actually met this young boy. The parents actually got this wrong. They couldn't interpret. They couldn't find ways to refine this young boy. And their behavior towards this boy actually affected him massively. To the point that had it not been the meeting of this teacher, this boy would have ended up being in a very devastating moment. But as a result of meeting the right person, this boy was conformed. This boy was actually transformed to a very good position. The boy was totally changed. Why? Because this teacher, first of all, decided to look into the mind of the kid. He tried to understand the kid. We as teachers, as students, are clients. And in business, your client, you do not joke with your client. So what he did was to, first of all, understand the kid. He decided to pretend that he's the kid. Try to imitate what the kid is going through. Because if you do not tend to pretend that you are the kid, you will not understand the kid and you will not be able to solve the problem. The teacher who teaches your kid can really make a most impact on your kid, either in a positive way or in a negative way. I would like to also display on the screen for you to also see this occurrence. Now, you can confidently see and say that the parents of this kid were really happy. In fact, if you can see, this teacher is really surprised. Why is this parent, the dad, crying? In fact, the dad is also sad because he feels that he couldn't do what he's supposed to do as a parent. We cannot blame him so much. Probably he doesn't have that sort of psychological skills. He doesn't have that sort of passion to transform a kid from a very bad state to a good state. Some parents are having such a situation. They are in such situations. They have given birth to the kid, but they do not know how to impart on the kid. Whatever they tends to tell the kid tends out to demotivate the kid, tends out to affect the kid. The kid tends out to lead to inferiority complex. But this beautiful teacher having all the skills, in fact, we can say that he was God sent. That is the role of a teacher. And at the end of the day, this young boy, which a lot of people considered probably to be useless, end up making a name for the school. Right? So I think by now we have seen clearly that the teacher who teaches your kid can impact on your kid. And whatever your kid goes through will affect you as a parent. But the kid cannot decide for himself who to teach him. The kid will probably not know where to go. But you as a parent, you have to strategically, the word is strategically, sit down, think through. Do not just select. Some parents just look at some schools, look at how flashy they tend to be. They just say that I'm good taking my kid to this place. They do not look at how or what impact can the school have on the kid. There are instances where some kids even get to a school, they meet very bad friends, and they tend out to change. Probably they were good, but by meeting those friends who are bad, tends to change them. So that kid cannot decide where to go. That is what you should know. He or she cannot decide that. Probably that kid might be, let's say, 2 or 3 years. Wherever you take him or her, that's where he or she goes. But we should be very careful, because wherever you take him or her to, whatever he or she tends to learn, whatever he or she tends to incorporate, the sort of behavior, the sort of manners that he or she is going to learn in the school, do not forget. But maybe at that point in time, you might think it is an early stage. He or she will grow up, later on, tend to affect you. We have some parents who all the time cry, not because of whatever they do. Some people even wish that they never gave birth. So the decision of where to take your kid to is very important. And it is not supposed to be something that we are supposed to decide in a hasty manner. It is not supposed to be anything that we are supposed to just decide in the shortest possible time, or use certain things which are not really practical, strategic to decide. Look at what the school can give to your kid. Look at what the school can give to your kid. That is what is most important. Just like myself as a tutor now. Some time back when I was a kid, I was very stubborn. I was actually playing a course team. And all that I was doing was that parents would definitely know I've dressed up, I'm going to school. But I tell you, I have placed my boots, my hose, my shin guard, everything in my bag. On my way to school, in fact, parents are thinking I'm going to school. But I get to a wayside where there's a bush, enter the bush, change, wear my boots, wear my jersey, wear my shoes, my shin guard, and I'll go to the field. And in fact, I was having friends of my age who were also going through that same sort of mood. So you, the parent, might think your child is going to school. But actually, I was on the field. And what I was doing was that I knew for sure the exact time that my friends would be closing. Immediately it hit 4, by then, I would change and wear my school uniform. So you see me coming home thinking that I went to school. But I was on the field. You were thinking I was in class, but I was on the field. Though at that point in time, I never knew that footballing would not help me. In fact, I was deciding for myself. And the teacher who was teaching me by then was not, excuse me to say, a teacher. Because in a normal sense, if a student do not come to school a day, the teacher should identify that. A good teacher should identify that, should make a follow-up. This teacher was not doing that. He just comes, teaches, take his cash and go his way. You can see that this man is not having a passion for the job. So why should he go the extra mile to die for the students? Why should he go the extra mile to commit himself for the students? Sometimes you even be in the house, you'll be thinking about a student. Probably one student is not getting the concept. As you're in the house, you'll be thinking, you'll be praying to your maker, you'll be praying to God to give you way out to help that child. If you do not have that passion, why will you do that? But there are a lot of things. You, the teacher, you have a lot of things to think about. But if you have the passion for the job, you will do what I'm talking about. So, Unique A+ Professional Institute has a lot of teachers. Teachers who are very competent, having the skill to teach, having the skill to impact on your kid. We have a lot of programs that we run. We have the main WASI programs that we run in terms of normal science, that is general science. We have general arts at 1 and 2. We have business. We have visual art and home econs. Just recently, our students sat for the WASI exams. We are waiting for the results. In fact, having a good teacher or having the teachers who are really having passion for the job, delivering, going the extra mile to make things work out for the student, we know for sure that the results is going to be perfect. The results is going to be excellent because we know what we've done and we know what our track record actually says. Aside the WASI, we also have an ABC GBC. That is WASI equivalent. Probably somebody who wants to just go straight to level 200 in the university can also zoom in with that. Right. So these are courses that we run. And before we tend to run such a course, we really sit down, first of all, meet the student, the parent, think through, try to understand the kid, know what will help the kid. Then we give our recommendation to that effect. And we try as much as possible to work towards it. That's sort of what mutual shared responsibility between the teachers of UPI and the student and the parent, all to help the student get whatever he or she wants. In fact, some student tends to come here, you actually know for sure that you see clearly that it is motivation which is destroying this kid. We have a lot of ways we do that. Right. So on the screen, you can see the courses that we have for advanced business certificate examination. We have administration, we have accounting. So if you want to go to level 200, you can enroll for our ABC, Advanced Business Certificate Examination. And we have the option of administration, we have the option of accounting. We have in the administration some courses like human resource management, which is technically reading human resource management. This course is really important. I tell you, a lot of HR managers are now selecting some employees on a lot of bases, which are not helping the business. Though today you can select any person, but at the end of the day, the long term, it will have a negative impact on the company. So as we tend to teach, we also tend to take the students straight to real life situations in businesses. Right. There are instances where we take such students to organizations for them to meet HR managers, for them to walk them through practical issues. There are instances where we enroll them into internships. Right. We have business communication, marketing, economics, business finance. This tends how to shape the student in the real life of business. We also have accounting. financial accounting, cost accounting, auditing, economics, business communication, all these things to help the students. Aside these, we also have the GBC, which I have already indicated is WASI equivalent. If you have not passed your WASI, you can write this. It's WASI equivalent. WAEC accepted, GS accepted. You can move on to the next ladder with it. And the GBC has courses such as business mathematics, social studies, English language, economics, and marketing. The benefits of UPI are enormous. Aside the few which are listed over here, we enroll our students on internships. In fact, we have ACC, ICA, CIMA students who are already graduates of ACC, ICA, who passed through our hands and chartered. And they are currently working. Some are even on the top level management of organizations. We tend to talk to them to give our students exposure. So probably you might be with us as an ABC, GBC student, but we'll give you that sort of practical exposure. At the moment, we are enrolling our students on how to prepare account for SMEs. So at the end of the day, the student will get that skill in the preparation of account for SMEs. And at the end of the day, the student has even gotten a skill. A lot of students complete school, and in fact, getting a job becomes a problem. Because now employers are not only looking at your qualification, instead, they look at your competency. So we have seen our courses not to be theoretical, but to also embed the practical aspect of what we do. Academic excellence and career orientation programs for all students. We do that. We have seminars. And a notable leader in this regard is Austin's consult. He is also a teacher over here, very renowned teacher with a lot of experience. He tends to guide the students as to what is good, what they are going to face after school. How to write a very good CV, how to write a very good cover letter or an application letter. He tends to let the student know what employers need. There's also assistance for university admissions into level 200, whether private or public university you want to attend. We assist our students to get that sort of easy way to enter the universities. Diploma qualifications to work if one cannot further studies immediately. So there are instances where some students will come to us, they want a certificate to just work. And later on, get that some money and continue. Our courses are very good to help a student do that. We also have flexible fee payment. It's very good. We are business, and the business of a business is business. And as much as we are delivering value, we still have to get some cash to run our affairs. But the fees we make our student pay, but we have made it very flexible terms so that the student can pay in bits. Hostel facilities are available to every individual, whether you're in Accra or not in Accra. We can assist you with that. So if you can see what is going on, aside the WASI, even if you have completed and you still want to find your way out, we can admit you in a very good perspective such that it is not conform to the rules of WAEC. Then it will also help you, the students, get what you want. Education is very key. Apart from the WASI, we also have the remedial or the NOVDEC. And as we speak, our students are getting ready to write the remedial. These are ways of helping the student. Aside the ABC, GBC, the ACCA tuition that we provide to our students, the ICAG tuition we provide to our students, the CIMA tuition we provide to our students, the adult education programs we provide to individuals who are matured and still feel that they want to better themselves up. Some parents or some elderlies want to just know how to read and write. Some will probably want to go further. We have all these courses available. You see, our focus is to create what value, because we have the passion for it. We have the passion for it. As we speak today, 5 of our teachers were available at 4:30 a.m. What were they doing? You can ask yourself, what were they doing? Are they not individuals who are married? Are they not individuals who are having their private issues? But business is business. If you have passion for what you do, even if we call you at 1 a.m., you go and get that sort of thing done. They were actually present to find ways of helping the students who are preparing to write their media. All right. So I think I have said enough. And the last word is that you are to decide carefully as to where you want your kid to attend school. Notwithstanding, if you want to contact UPI, you can reach out to UPI via any of these contacts. 0243 583352. That is the name of Henry. Or you can also contact 0241 995451. That is in the name of Nana Hussein. Right. These are tutors who are ready to assist you when you place your call. Any sort of information that you need, they are ever ready to guide you. Because what happens and what is of importance is to make impact in the lives of individuals. And I'll never regret for meeting a teacher who actually changed me from a stubborn mood to a very good mood. As I told you, I was really messing up, just dressed, pretending I'm going to school, but I end up getting to the bush, change, and go to the field and play football. But by meeting that tutor, he was able to change me. I still have him. I still have his contact. We still speak. That is what is of importance. Because you, as a teacher, you may not know where you meet your students again. That is very key. Right. So, the numbers as displayed on your screen, you can contact any of them if you want to reach out to Unique A+ Professional Institute. We have been in business for long, and we have our track record. Our track record actually speaks for us, and you will never regret for that. Thank you for giving an ear to our views, and we are hoping to hear and to see you. Thank you, and have a blessed day. Thank you very much.